Welcome to Bloom at the Yoga Garden. So thank you so much for joining me. This is just a short half-hour class, maybe to get you going in the morning or fitting it in anytime you can. Just a little bit of energizing, freshening up, getting you going. So we're going to begin by sitting in Sukhasana. So lift the flesh of your sit bones. Try and cross your legs at the shins if possible, and feel that you're rooting down into your sit bones, getting energy up from the earth. And then bring your hands anywhere that's comfortable. You can have them here, one palm inside the other, the back of one hand inside the other, or you can bring your hands onto your knees, but you don't want your arms stretched out, so you want to feel that your upper arms are nicely supported. And just take a minute to follow your breath. Feel at the same time that you're rooting down into your sit bones, getting lots of lovely energy up through the earth. Feel that energy moving up through your body as you inhale. And feel a nice softening and release as you exhale. So just continue to stay with your breath. In and out. Deep, slow, calm, ease, smile. Release, present moment, wonderful moment. And just continue to follow your breath for another couple of rounds. So it is important that we take this opportunity to really begin to ground ourselves, to root ourselves down, getting ready for our yoga practice. So now very gently open your eyes, and from here we're just going to swing our arms up overhead, reach up, take hold of all that lovely energy and draw it down through your heart center. Bring your hands together, down through the crown of your head, down to your heart center. So we'll do a couple more of those. Inhale and exhale. Nice and slow. Inhale. And exhale. So one more this time. We're going to inhale. And as you exhale, drop both hands down towards the right knee. Bring your right hand in close behind. Lift up. And as you exhale, begin to turn towards the right. So just a little gentle twist this early on. No, don't be doing anything that's going to hurt you. You always need to listen to your body, allow your body to move without any force or any hurting. A wee bit of discomfort's fine, but no pain, please. And then gently inhale back to center. Sweep both arms up again. And as you exhale, drop the hands down towards the left knee, left hand in close, right hand, hold on to the left knee, lift up, and gently turn and look over your left shoulder. So as always, listen to your body. Leave something out if you know it doesn't suit you, and today might be different from other days. So honour any new aches and pains you have. And gently bring yourself back to centre. That sounds a bit bad, doesn't honour any new aches and pains. But you know what I mean? Sometimes, maybe if you've been doing too much or hurt something, don't expect every day on your mat to be exactly the same. So from here, we're going to straighten our legs out and just bring yourself down onto your mat. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Give them a wee rock from side to side. And then we're going to plant the left foot and cross the right foot, the right leg over that. So ideally you want to get your knees as tightly together as you can. So you can either stay here, or if you have the flexibility, you can tuck the toes of the right foot in behind the left calf, and you can keep your knees off the ground. It depends how hard you want to work. So a bit easier with the left foot in the ground, whether your toes tucked or not, and then a wee bit stronger if you keep your legs lifted up. And then bring your arms out at shoulder level. Take a big inhale and exhale. Drop your knees. In fact, take them carefully down towards the left. Nestle your right shoulder into the ground, and if you can, turn your head and look over your right shoulder. So if your foot in the ground, that's exactly the same. And then if you've your foot lifted, give yourself a minute or two. See if you've gone as far as you can. And then, of course, drop your left foot down onto the floor, the baby toe side of your left foot. And then you'll maybe get another little bit of a twist. But you only go as far as feels right for you. One more breath here. And then, with control, engage your core. Bring yourself back to centre, and then plant that left foot down. So you can keep your arms out, you can bring them in, your choice. And we'll swap sides. So left knee nice and close to the right knee. And again, either go over like this, or maybe tuck the toes in behind, or bring your knees in towards your chest. So lots of options here. Big inhale and exhale down towards the right hand this time. So either keeping the right foot on the floor or having it off. You choose what's right for you today. And then when you've gone as far as you can, no matter whether your foot's lifted or not, allow your right foot to come down onto the floor. And that'll maybe increase your stretch the tiniest wee bit more. Turn your head and look left, and try and make sure your left shoulder's down on the floor. And enjoy that stretch down the left side. So anybody with any sciatica or, pain down the hip, you probably will be feeling this quite strongly. So just go nice and easy. One more breath here. And gently bring your knees back to centre, onto the cross of your legs. Plant your feet down and bring your arms in towards your body. So we're just going to do a wee quick bit of core. So we're just going to do a couple of baby boats before we get up. So bring your hands down either side of your thighs. So we're going to lift our feet, legs, head, shoulders off the mat. So we always do this on an exhale, so big inhale. And try and keep your shoulders relaxed, and then gently release. Inhale, and shoulders relaxed. No tension if you can manage it. And down. Last one. Big inhale here. Exhale, bring yourself up, and this time take another breath. Let your arms go. Say, doesn't this feel good? Feel the work going on in your tummy. One more breath here. And gently lower yourself down. And we bring our knees in towards our chest, so you can either roll onto one side, or if you want to, you can cross your feet at the ankles, hold onto your feet, and again, take a big inhale, a bit more core work, and rock and roll a few times, and bring yourself up and meet me in tabletop. So knees are below your hips, wrists are below your shoulders, and you're actively pressing the floor away. So again, allow your body to move in whatever way feels right. So cat-cows normally we just go straight down and then exhale round. So if you feel you want to have a little wriggle about or manoeuvre in the meantime, please do so. So inhale, belly drops, feel you're moving it all along your spine. Heart center comes through, press the floor away, and then exhale, tuck your tail, press the floor away, round your shoulders. Inhale, and exhale. So feel you're getting movement all along the back body in your cat pose, and feel you're stretching the skin along the front body in your cow. And this is so lovely if you're feeling a wee bit stiff and sore. One more. And then bring yourself back to your tabletop position. So we're going to just do a little bit of upper body strength now. So maybe just walk your knees back slightly. So it's almost as if we could be in plank, walk our heels back and then drop your knees down if you aren't sure where to put your knees. So your knees aren't below your hips now. So we want to have we still want to have our shoulders over our wrists as we would do in plank. And you can cross your feet at the ankles, you can keep them up, whatever you want, but you're still lifting up through the front body. So even though you have your feet on the floor, your knees on the floor, you're not kind of collapsing down like this. So you're still lifting all of the front body up into the back body the way we would do in plank if we were on our toes. So we're going to keep our elbows in, and we're just going to do a few wee push-ups or push-down, whatever you want to call them. But we're not going to go very far, you just go as far as suits you. So take a big inhale, and exhale, lower down just a little bit, doesn't matter, and bring yourself back up. Try and keep your elbows in. So if you're only going to here, that's fine. But you do need to make sure you engage here. If I don't engage there, it's nearly impossible. I really need to use my core to help me for this. Last one. Lower down just to wherever you go and bring yourself up. And then bring yourself back. Sit on your heels. Maybe bring your lower arms forward for a wee pillow for your forehead. And just give your arms a wee rest after that, because we're going to do 3 more. Inhale, lengthen the back body. Exhale, soften and release. One more breath here. And then we're going to walk our hands forward again, as if you're coming into half plank. And again, lift up through the front body. You're almost doming the shoulders and the back body. Big inhale, exhale. Just dip down a little bit if that's enough for you, and up again. Every little bit helps. Inhale, exhale, and bring yourself up. Inhale here, or a breath here, and lower down. Gently bring yourself up, and this time we're going to walk our knees in a little bit and bring yourself up and meet me in high kneeling. So Again, maybe roll your mat over or get a blanket to put underneath your knees if your knees are at all sore or tender, or if your mat's a bit thin. And we're going to bring your arms up overhead, shoulders away from your ears. Clasp your hands, come into a steeple grip, big inhale. And exhale, hinge over to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the right. Now don't be going too far, just a little hinge to each side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, one more time to the left, maybe a wee bit further this time. Excuse me. Inhale back to center. Exhale down to the right. And then we're going to release our arms, bring them out in front of you, and bend your elbows. So we're going to do the arms of Garudasana, eagle arms. So ideally elbows are in line with your shoulders, and we're going to take the heel of the right arm and place it into the crease of the left arm. And either the backs of your hands will come together, maybe the palms will come together. If that's altogether too much for you, just give yourself a nice hug. And you can do exactly the same thing from here. So lift your elbows up if you can, so that they're in line more or less with your shoulder. We're going to lift them up in a minute now anyway. So take a big inhale, lift your elbows up, maybe the tiniest wee bit of a back bend, and exhale, fold forward and down. And you've got a little pillow there to put your head into. Take a breath here, and then gently bring yourself back up and release your arms. Maybe give them a wee rock from side to side. So same thing again, we're going to do the other side. Bend both arms, so this time the heel of the left elbow will go into the crease of the right arm. Backs of the hands, a hug, palms of the hands. Lift your elbows up, take a big inhale, reach up, and exhale. Nice and slowly with control, fold forward and down. And just use that little pillow foot to rest your head on. Take a breath here. And then nice and gently, inhale, nice and slowly. Bring yourself up. Release your arms. Give them a wee rock from side to side and maybe do a few slaps just to get your shoulders wakened up. Well, they should be wakened up actually already. And just give them a wee bit of release. That's probably what I meant, rather than waking them up. Lovely. And then from here, we're going to bring our hands back onto the mat, come back into your tabletop position, tuck your toes under, and bring yourself into downward facing dog. Press the floor away, keep your knees bent deeply, shoulders away from your ears. Just focus on lifting your sit bones up towards the ceiling and stopping, trying to keep the weight from rolling forward. So take the weight back onto your feet and lift your hips up, pressing into the base of the index finger and thumb. One more breath here. And then we're just going to take a wee walk forward to the front edge of the mat. Well, not to the front edge of the mat, to your hands. Feet hip width apart, check that they're nice and level, and let your head go. Swing your arms round and clasp your hands at your bottom. So you'll maybe keep your hands here, or if you feel you can, maybe you'll begin to take the backs of the hands up towards the ceiling. So the more you rotate and roll back your shoulders, the more space there's going to be. One more breath here. And then drop your hands down towards your bottom. Press into all four corners of your feet and come up into a version of Utkatasana, your chair pose. Look down, you should be able to see all 10 toes. Lift your pubic bone up, sacrum going down towards the floor, shoulders going back. One more big breath here. Your legs will be beginning to say, help. Big inhale, release your arms and bring yourself the whole way up. Draw that lovely energy down to your heart center and just take a nice breath here. And then from here, we're just going to continue our journey down. So you can swing your arms up again if you want to, and then swan dive down, which is always quite a nice thing to do, so that you make contact with the floor. Step back with the right foot, step back with the left foot, and come into downward facing dog. So this time we are going to walk our dog, straighten one leg at a time. And then come into your static dog when you're ready, pressing the floor away, lifting your sit bones up. So we're not staying here for long. And then take the weight onto your left foot, look forward and step through with the right foot. And we can put the left knee onto the floor, or you can keep the left knee lifted, whatever feels right for you. And then we're going to plant the left hand down and swing forward with the right hand and arm. So feel that you're rotating, you're allowing your left ribs to come round as you do your windmills with your arms. Change direction. So about 3 each way. And then from here we're going to drop the left knee if you have it lifted. And if you're on your left knee, sort of come off your left knee, off your kneecap. Or you can put, you put a blanket in underneath or a knee pad of some kind so that you don't feel it too much. And then from here, we're going to press into the left hand and bring the left heel in towards your bottom. Reach back with your right hand and arm, find your foot. I'd lost mine there. And then see if you can be light on the fingers of this left hand. So here's where you can use a block or a brick if the floor is too far away. Lift your heart center up. Rotate the right shoulder and maybe begin to turn towards the right. So it's almost like a little back bend. Back bend with a twist. One more breath here. And then bring yourself back to center. Gently release that foot. Tuck into the toes of the back foot. And we're back into down dog. Ready to do the other side. So plant your right foot. Lift your left leg. Look forward. Step it through. Right knee to the floor. Or keep it lifted, your choice. Plant the right hand. And inhale, well, it doesn't actually matter which way you breathe, just breathe. The breath is so important in our yoga practice. We don't want to hold our breath at all. So I say right knee to the floor, you're still getting the benefit of this movement in your shoulder. It really doesn't matter which way you do it. And then bring the left hand down. Press strongly into the right hand. Again, come off the kneecap. So you sort of roll forward so you're not on the kneecap. And then kind of roll back so it makes it easier to take hold of your foot. Pressing into the right hand, reach back with the left hand. Find your foot. Again, see if you can be light on the fingers of this right hand. Don't worry if you can't, if you feel you need to hold on or keep your hand on the floor, do so. Big inhale and exhale, rotate your left shoulder round to the left, surprisingly. And if you want to, you can turn your head and look over your left shoulder. So say almost like a little back arch. But you're trying not to lean down. So use a brick if you need to get the length in the front body. One more breath here. And then gently release your foot. Frame the front foot with your hands and step back into downward facing dog. So we're just going to keep going on. So take a breather if you need to. And then we're going to step through again with the right foot. And this time we're going to plant the heel of the right foot on the floor. Press strongly into both feet. Maybe bring your hands onto your knee if you need to. Bring yourself up and bring your hands into, or your arms into cactus arms in a version of Virabhadrasana 1. So elbows and shoulders are in line. Lifting up your heart center, rolling your shoulders back. Big inhale here. Sweep your arms round, clasp your hands again. Draw your knuckles down towards your heels. Big inhale and exhale. Fold forward down the inside of the right leg and allow your arms to go up. If your arms are here, that's fine. You're doing really well because this is strong. And of course, rest on that front knee if you need to. But the more you press into the heel of the back foot and press into the front foot, the more secure you'll be. One more breath here. And then drop your hands down onto your bottom. Release your hands, frame the front foot, and step back into downward facing dog. And we'll do the other side. Left leg up, look forward. Plant the heel of the right foot. So don't have your right foot too much in line with your left heel. Give yourself a nice broad stance so you feel balanced. Bring yourself up into cactus arms, elbows in line with your shoulders. Lift your heart center up, shoulders rolling towards each other, or shoulder blades rolling towards each other. Big inhale and exhale. Rotate your arms. See if you can take a different clasp. This will be the one that feels really awkward. So you probably will have to think about this one. I was going to say you shouldn't have to think. This is the one you will have to think about. Draw your shoulders back again. Big inhale and exhale. Fold down the inside of that left leg. And just allow your arms to drift up to wherever. They don't have to go up. Don't have to go up at all. Crown of your head coming down towards the floor, pressing strongly into the heel of the back foot and the baby toe side of the back foot. One more breath. Drop your hands down. Frame the front foot with your hands and step back into downward facing dog. And then from here, we're just going to make our way to the front of the mat, whatever way suits you, and bring yourself up to stand nice and carefully and gently. So we did the legs of Garudasana earlier when we're lying down, and we've done the arms of Garudasana. So what else could we do now but Garudasana? So getting a bit pokey here, sorry. So tell yourself I'm taking the weight onto my left foot and leg. Bend your left leg deeply and cross your right leg over. So this could be your legs of Garudasana, and in that case that's fine, you stay here, you've got the balance. You can of course go to a wall. So your right leg's on top, so we're going to bring our arms out in front, bend them, and the heel of the left arm is going to come into the crease of the right arm. Now, if you want to tuck your toes, of course, do so. Take a big inhale, lift your elbows up in line with your shoulders. Find something that's not moving to focus your gaze on. Ideally, your drishti, your gaze, should be at eye level. Inhale and exhale. Maybe sink a little bit lower, maybe not. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here. In and out. And then gently release your arms, release your legs, and bring yourself back up. So, other side. Tell yourself I'm taking the weight onto my right foot and leg, bend it nice and deeply. Same thing again, cross it over, toes to the floor, or you can, tuck it in behind, tuck your toes in behind, so your left leg's on top, arms out in front, right arm is, the heel of the right arm is going to go into the crease of the left arm. And don't worry if you come out of it. And same thing again, of course, I forgot to say you can just give yourself a hug the way we did earlier here. Elbows lifting up and sinking a little bit lower. Inhale up and exhale, sink a little bit lower. In and out. Present moment. Wonderful moment. One more breath here. Release your arms and bring yourself back up. So all the hard stuff's done. So from here, just make your way down onto your mat. And we'll just bring our knees in towards our chest. Give them a wee hug in. A few rocks from side to side. And then take a big inhale. And exhale. Bring your head and shoulders up. Your nose towards your knee. It doesn't have to go anywhere near your knee, but just towards. And then gently release. Bring your feet down to the floor and either keep your knees bent with your feet out the full width of your mat, knees rolling in, or straighten your legs out along the floor in Shavasana, your choice. So arms rotated, tuck the shoulders in under, nice long back neck, and if your legs are straight, just allow the toes to fall away from each other. And again, bring your awareness back to your breath. That gauge of how you're feeling. That gauge of how you're doing. In and out. Calm and slow. So I would recommend that you stay here maybe for 5 minutes at least, just following your breath, allowing your body to assimilate all the movements that you've been doing. And then when you're ready, bring your hands together at your heart center in Anjali Mudra. Thank you so much for joining me for this short class. I really appreciate the fact that you keep setting aside this time and joining me for these videos. Thank you so much. So may everyone know a life of joy. May everyone know a life of health. May everyone everywhere be glad. Namaste.